Imagine living your life after 50 and feeling energized and excited about your future. Welcome to the Women in the Middle podcast, the podcast for women who are ready to figure out what they want and create the life they deserve. Here's your host and master certified life coach, Suzy Rosenstein.
Hey there, welcome back to the podcast, Women in the Middle. I'm your host, Suzy Rosenstein, your master certified coach and midlife mentor, and I'm so glad to be here with you again for this week's episode, where we'll be talking about the top 3 vision board mistakes to avoid. Vision boards are super popular, especially this time of year, but there are some ways to make them more effective. So we're going to take a deep dive into this whole area so you can get a big bang for your vision board buck. But first, this episode is sponsored by a really cool coaching program, the 50 Unplugged Mastermind. 50 Unplugged is the best way to work together to help you focus on what you can do with your next chapter instead of what you like to think about, which is what you can't do. It's an intimate group of women who are ready to make a serious commitment to themselves to work on creating a big personal transformation over the course of a year. What a great time of year to think about this too, right? When you're thinking about goals and priorities for 2020. It's really all about becoming bold and brave in midlife. It's about up-leveling. It's about getting out of your own way, so that you are more comfortable and intentional about allowing yourself to actually be happier. It's about learning how to think on purpose and making sure that you don't have regrets. Finally putting yourself first so that you know what you want and exactly how to make it happen. That's what 50 Unplugged is all about. There are retreats involved too. We're heading to Palm Springs in January, and I'm having fun planning that right now. So if you're ready to roll and do some serious work on yourself to get out of your own way so that 2020 is your year, head right over to www.talktosuzy.com and learn more. Grab your free Kickstart call so we can talk about if this is a good fit for you. I also wanted to let you know that the mastermind and private coaching prices are going up in the new year, so make sure to book your call now if you were thinking of working me this way. Go ahead and book your no obligation call. All right, so let's dive in. Today we're talking about vision boards. In particular, I'm going to share the top 3 2020 vision board mistakes to avoid so that your vision board can really help you create what you want in your life. So let's start with a question. Do you feel it? There's a bit of buzz in the coaching community around this new year, 2020. I mean, come on, everything that 2020 stands for is about clear vision. It's a heaven for personal development. Coaches are doing backflips. This upcoming year is all about excellent vision, clarity of vision, creating the path to your future, right? So take all of this goodness with everything related to 2020 and throw in some arts and crafts. Really, what could be better? My heart is all a Twitter. A vision board really is an awesome way to take a step in the direction of being more intentional and doing what I like to call regret-proofing your life. Have you done one before? My guess is you have. But my question is, where is it? Have you looked at it recently? Do you feel connected to it? This is what happened with me. I got invited to do a vision board at a vision board type of party. There were big piles of magazines everywhere, scissors and glue sticks. We used poster board to make our vision boards. And there was a lot of talking and buzz as we were looking through magazines for the perfect pictures and sayings that reflected what we were thinking about. Sure, I did some good thinking about what I wanted to focus on, and I got all covered with glue, which is always super fun because I love picking the glue off my hands. But where is the vision board now? It was a big piece of poster board, and I got to tell you, it's rolled up. I never looked at it again. It never saw the light of day. It's rolled up under a bed somewhere with a big rubber band around it. So, what about you? Have you done vision boards regularly, like as a tool for creating what you want in your life, or more as a one and done type of craft project that lives under your bed too? or behind your office door maybe. The thing is that many people make vision boards, but they don't really work. And there are a few key ways that you can make some common mistakes with your vision board, and that's what we're going to talk about now. I want you to make an amazing vision board for 2020 and avoid these pitfalls so you can set yourself up for success and kick some vision board butt in the process. Here's how to make your vision board work for you big time. Let's start at the beginning with what a vision board is. A vision board is basically a visual tool to help you focus on what you want. They're personal in that they are filled with images and words that depict what you want to focus on and create in your life on purpose. A vision board can be a really powerful thing, right? It can be powerful as a way to get you to think about what you want to create in your life. And this time of year is a great time to think about what you want to focus on for your life and for next year. So pause for a second and think about how this might actually work. Vision boards actually set your intentional life in motion because they remind you to think about what you want more often, to actually focus on what you want. Now, it's not all about just thinking about what you want. There's more to it than this, but it's a start because there are thoughts behind those pretty images. Vision boards, or what some people call dream boards, can be surprisingly effective as a first step to bring these things that you really, really want into your life. So here are the 3 most common mistakes you need to avoid to make your vision board for 2020 one that really works. The first mistake is that you forget to look at your vision board. Like I said, it is common to go through the effort of making a beautiful vision board and then not look at it. Now, why might this happen, you might be wondering? Well, the first reason is because you just forget. Perhaps you don't really believe in the power of a vision board to be a reminder of what you want, or maybe you don't really understand how important it is to think about what you want to actually create it. You got to look at it. But a more simplistic reason is because it's hard to store or put up because it's too big. This is why vision boards around the world are getting dusty behind your door or under your bed. I don't think large poster board is the way to go with vision boards, yet this is what is often recommended. A better way to go is to make a smaller vision board that's easy to put up on a wall or prop up on a shelf. Perhaps create on a bulletin board or even a digital image that you can put on your phone. What I do with my clients is to use a 9 by 12 inch canvas. It's small and ready to hang, easy to put near your desk where you can actually see it. That's the point, really. It's supposed to be a visual reminder of what you want to create in your life. The word vision is even in the title. You got to be able to see what you're thinking about creating. Okay, the second mistake that is so common to make when you're creating a vision board is a classic midlife funk issue. You let your thoughts about running out of time affect your vision for the future. The way you think about time directly affects the way you think about what you want to do in your life. When you think you're running out of time, your vision for your future gets squished or squelched, dampened for sure. It's subtle. You may not even know you're doing this, but the way this kind of thinking works is that it prevents you from thinking big. As soon as you get the hint of an idea that you really, really want to entertain, you squish it down because of the way you're thinking. You think thoughts like these: I don't have enough time. It'll never work. That will never happen. I can't really do that. I'm too old. It's too late. See what I mean? You may not even be aware that you have these thoughts swirling around in your head. But if you shine that flashlight on your brain, you might find thoughts like these occupying space up there. They can be sneaky little devils too. Nobody would question you about them. But for sure, they affect how you feel and then what you do, even when it comes to dreaming big. They pull you back and don't allow you to express what you really might want to do and dream about if you really thought that anything was possible. So, my friend, make sure you really understand what you're thinking. Let yourself think big and dream large. A vision board is a perfect baby step for you to let it all out. Allow your mind to go there without the restriction of these limiting thoughts that are really not serving you at all. Okay, the third mistake that is so common to make when you're creating a vision board is that you ignore your feelings when you create your vision board. This one may seem a bit odd at first, so let me explain. Here's how ignoring your feelings becomes a mistake. You feel busy, right? When you have a hectic life like this, it's so common, it can be hard to dream. In fact, I'm pretty sure that a few decades have gone by since you really thought about what you wanted and made some serious plans for the future. Maybe you did it in high school, maybe college or university. My clients tell me it's been years. Even though you probably know that being clear about the idea that what you want to create in your life is directly related to actually creating it. Vision boards help you get clear. When you set out to complete a vision board, you allow yourself to have specific thoughts about your purpose, goals, desires, and dreams. When you intentionally choose images to include on your vision board, there are thoughts behind each image. Finding the images and figuring out how to include what you're thinking about takes time that you're really focused on what you actually want. This is a very good thing. These thoughts create your emotional state, your feelings. This is where things get interesting. Feelings can be an amazingly powerful aspect of what happens next, what you actually do. Your behavior is based on your feelings. In fact, everything you do or don't do is because of your feelings, and your vision board isn't all that's needed to create changes in your life. This is a big mistake that people can make. We're attracted to the idea that the vision board has a lot of power, but it can't do it all, and it can't do it on its own. The outcomes that you create in your life are all because of your thinking. Your results prove your thoughts. So the way it works is based on what happens when you think about what you want. You know that I talk about what the Life Coach School refers to as the thought model a lot in this podcast. The thought model is a framework that is the working engine behind a successful vision board. Thoughts create feelings. Feelings cause actions. Actions cause results. Results prove thoughts. The thing is, it's simply not enough to create a vision board and focus on what you want. That's not enough to make it move forward. The piece that's missing is what will motivate you to action. You have to ask yourself, what will help you overcome the obstacles in between you and your vision for life? Believe it or not, the answer is the way you feel. Your feelings are why you do things or don't do things, and you're the one who has to do something differently to create the change that you want. A vision board helps you get clear about what you want. It's an excellent start, but it's not enough. You have to have a certain way of thinking to produce the results that you want. The results will include action, and action is produced by your feelings, and feelings are created by your thinking. It is all related. So if you're not thinking something that creates the feelings you need to actually take action, you won't take action. Your vision board won't work. The work you do to create a vision board is only a small part of the importance of the activity. As you can see, though, the part that is critical to the success of the whole operation is being able to think and feel on purpose. Of course, the activity of putting a beautiful vision board together can be somewhat meditative and for sure fun. I mean, you get to pick glue off your fingers. But the real power of a vision board is allowing it to help you create what you want in the future. So vision boards make it easy to think on purpose because they remind you of what you want to create in your life. It's as simple as that. Now, it might seem like a funny concept that you actually need to remind yourself about what you want, but it's really just supervising your mind. It's the same thing with your feelings. Like, you would like to think that it's just automatic, but when we're not supervising our minds, things get out of control, they get messy, and we don't often see what it is that we want to see happen. You really do need to supervise your mind. We all do. Otherwise, you're thinking and feeling all kinds of things that you don't want to think or feel. So if you go to all this trouble to make a vision board and then tuck it away in your office or under your bed and don't look at it to remind yourself of what you want, then I'm not sure there's much point to it. In fact, like I said, this is where I think a lot of vision board exercises fail. You can't just think about what you want. That's only the first step. For sure, it's a critical first step, but you have to keep going. You have to take action. When you manage your mind, you can choose to think thoughts that create the feelings you want to feel. Just remember, when you're making your vision board, the responsibility for bringing it to life is still yours. There are thoughts behind those images that will create the feelings, and those feelings are related to what you do next. But wow, your vision board can really be the first important step that you take that's living in line with the intentional life that you want. It's a baby step, but it can really set you up for success. So you really have to avoid these big 3 mistakes for your 2020 vision board. It is critical. I want you to avoid them. So here they are again. Number 1, forgetting to look at your vision board regularly. Sounds obvious, but it has to happen. Number 2, letting limiting thoughts about running out of time or being too old get in the way of dreaming big. And number 3, not understanding the impact of the way you feel on bringing your vision board to life. Now, I have created a free worksheet to help you with all of this. So just head over to www.suzyrosenstein.com/regret-proof vision and grab your free download right away. It's a 1-pager that will really help you with the structure and thought work that you need to create a vision board that really works. Remember, as an older and wiser woman, you really do owe it to yourself to do a vision board and regret-proof your life. The year 2020 couldn't be a more perfect time for this kind of a project. One thought and one cool idea at a time. I can't wait to see what you come up with. That's it for today's episode. My focus as a midlife coach is to help you waste less time spinning and get excited about your life again. Being the queen of your brain domain is the best way to be. Check out the show notes with more information and links at suzyrosenstein.com. Download my free ebook, 9 Secrets to Get Unstuck in Your 50s at www.suzyrosenstein.com/9 secrets. Now, there are 3 ways to connect more with me in the future. Number 1, join the free Women in the Middle community Facebook group where we continue the podcast conversation. Head over to facebook.com/groups/Women in the Middle community. Number 2, work with me directly and get unbelievably effective coaching to take you from being stuck and confused to being crystal clear and excited about your future. Grab your free Kickstart call right away at www.talktosuzy.com. Number 3, join my new Midlife membership, Finally First. This is an upbeat virtual community for 50-plus women who want clarity, courage, and connection to make the changes they want to make in their next chapter. Sign up for the VIP waitlist now because the doors will be open again soon and you'll be ready to go. Head over to www.IamFinallyFirst.com. Let's do this, ladies. It's time for you to put yourself first. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll talk to you next week.